What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to NerdsBLike Toy Reviews, where I, Monkey D. Bishop, review toys that I pick up from Marvel Legends all the way to McFarlane, DC toys, and all that good stuff in between. Today I want to do more than just one toy. I want to do two of them because the toys that we're going to be looking at, I'm not sure, I haven't even done any research on if there's any more than these particular toys, but I know that the ones that I have are what I got, and they were gifts to me for Father's Day. They are my Father's Day gifts. I'm gonna show you the toys and then we'll get into them. So first we have McFarlane toys, the Avatar, The Last Airbender, or Avatar Aang, and we have Zuko, Prince Zuko. This is when he was balding, well, not balding, but bald, and had like his little ponytail. And as you can see, he's like in his like mad, angry stage. And then I guess this is really like it could be a battle scene between these two, right? Okay, so these were given to me. A shout out to my nephews and niece, and to my oldest sister and my older brother for hooking a brother up. They got these for me for Father's Day. Now, unfortunately, I am not a father per se. My wife and I, we actually lost our baby in I think April of 2022. And so, you know, that was really rough because we've been waiting for like for several years. And you know, as soon as it, you know, after it happened, you know, everybody started sending really, you know, encouraging words and everything, because we've been trying and waiting for a long time. But yes, so they gave us really good words. And then for Father's Day, I got these because my family know that I'm a huge nerd. And I tell everybody, like, look, if you're not giving me money, cash, if you're not giving me money, give me an action figure. And they only like, what, $10 to $20? People give me $20, $25 anyway. Why not just give me an action figure? So they got me these guys, and I was already planning on getting them. So like I said, shout out to my older siblings and to my nibblings for hooking the brother up. But we're gonna check out both of these. I wanted to do them both for this particular video. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, so here we go. We have Aang and Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Nickelodeon. Okay. They each have a paragraph, so let's read these. Okay, Aang is the hero. Let me zoom in so you can read a little more. Aang is the hero and spirit of the show. This adventurous 12-year-old is the last airbender and only known survivor of the air nomads. The arrow on his head, a constant reminder of his lineage. His destiny is to master all elements and defeat the Fire Lord, restoring balance to the four nations. But rather than save the world, Aang searches for adventure. Because if you remember, for those who have watched the show, which probably most of you have, if you remember, even though that was his focus, he did not just immediately go after the Fire Lord because he wasn't ready. All right, and Zuko. Let's zoom in. So I can read this better. All right, Prince Zuko is the rightful heir to the Fire Lord's throne, but after speaking out against his father, Fire Lord Ozai strips the prince of his birthright and banishes him from his homeland, telling him the only way he will allow him to return is with the Avatar, dead or alive. Now he is obsessed with capturing the Avatar. Zuko's greatest weaknesses are his arrogance and impatience. He believes firebending is the most dominant art and can never be bested by water, earth, or airbending. Zuko's teenage overconfidence makes him believe he's invincible. It's hard to read it through the camera. But there we go. That's actually a really great summary of both of these two characters. I do declare. But I really think that is so cool that McFarlane Toys would make these. Like, it's so out of the blue, in my opinion. I know that, you know, for you all who, you know, follow all these pages and follow the actual creators, you already knew about this coming out, but I just started doing that. So I had no clue. I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. Excuse me. So now we know that it's going to be some pretty cool on point toys. McFarlane, you know, how they make their toys is a little different, completely different, somewhat absolutely different from how Marvel Legends makes theirs, but it's all good. We're going to jump right in, open up these boxes, and check them out. All right. Okay, so let's look at these two figures. All right, first we have Avatar Aang, master of all four elements. But unfortunately the last airbender of his people. Oh God, his head can come off. I'm sitting here like, oh, can his head come off? Yes, it can. All right. So as far as his articulation, this is a beautiful figure. Everything about him is just so good. I love the design of his pants. I love the design of like his full garment and like the feel of his garment, like his shoes, everything to his shin. We see that it is double pinned on the knees, double pinned on the elbows, so that gives you a little more movement, deepness, deep moves of the arms and the legs. You can really bend them so that, and also because of how they made him, you can also put him in his air bending move. Okay. So, like, his posability is amazing. His mobility is amazing. What's different is that, like, all the clicks, listen to this. You hear that? Like, that's what's different. So it's not like a very fluid motion. It's more so like mechanical. But I don't mind that because it's so, like, the motion is just so crazy. His ankles twist, okay, and they allow movement. Like, they allow some crazy movement because they know that Aang being like Aang being a guru, doing yoga, all that stuff, he's gonna need those awkward range of motion to be in the position that he needs to be in. There's a lot of potential for posing. His posability is just great. Like, you could do so much. I just love it. I love this figure. This is such a great Aang figure. I wish he came with more heads. I know there's and I think I have one. I have a figure where it does come with a lot of hands, a lot of heads, or different facial expression. So I'm not going too crazy over it because someone did make it. But I'm just amazed. Like, look at this face, y'all. This is just great. His arrow looks great. His little bald head, the big giant ears. I love it. I don't know what else I could say about him outside of the fact that I love it. Now, one thing I will say, they did not make his staff really, like, you can put it in his hand, but you can obviously tell that they didn't make it for you to really do anything. And then I don't like this like bendy material. I'm like, come on, it's a staff, not I don't know, piece of taffy or a Twizzler or something like that. Like, it's a staff that he's using to fight. So I'd rather it be like a actual stick. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Aang, McFarlane Toys, Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Then we have Prince Zuko. All right. So first off, I love, like I said before, I love his outfit. I love his. Well, I didn't say this before, but I mean, like I said about Aang, I love the articulation of his outfit. Like, everything just feels so great. Like, it's not like just fake thrown together material. They took out their time checking out or making sure that the design was great, the material was great. He just feels like a really great figure. I wish I knew what kind of like plastic or material this was so I could explain it to you. I'll probably look it up another time and then explain it in more detail so I know what it is and be able to communicate that more to you all. But I'm a student. I'm currently learning how to do this stuff right. But this is just really great. So let's look at the design here. Y'all could probably tell me what it is, but just by looking at it. But look at the design here. Look at his belt. Look at that. it feels like almost like a clothy plastic. Like everything is like placed on him specifically, instead of like just, you know, just a design and just some plastic thrown together. But it's like really, really good. And so as far as his ankles also twist. They don't twist as much as far as his mobility. They don't twist as much, but we still do have that double pin in the knees. We just still have that in the elbows. So that gives us a somewhat deeper bend in the arms and legs. So posing would be great. And also, if you look at this, his shoulder pads are not connected to his arms. So that gives you like a great range of motion. And I like that. So then his shoulder pads like stay in position even though they're able to move up and down. So that's great. Let's talk about his face now. Now this face looks just spectacular. He's angry, and you know it. And if you know about the story of Zuko, you know that this side of his face got burned due to him speaking out against his father's plan. And actually, not speaking out against his father, but it was more so speaking out against the general, but he was speaking out of his place. It was not his place to speak against the general. He was just a mere prince who was invited into the meeting, and once he spoke up against the general, and he challenged the general to a Agni Kai, which is a flame, which is a firebending battle. And so his father is the one who stepped in to fight him. And so he was like, "Father, no, I don't want to. I apologize. I wasn't challenging you." But his father told him, "Get up!" And he beat the living snot out of this boy and burned his face. What a terrible father. But yes. So as far as like the accessories that come with him, we are given these two flames here. So that's the thing about these figures. Like, they're not really given specifics as far as the action of using the accessories. Is kind of just like thrown together. But I mean, with all the detail that they spent on their bodies, I'm not even crazy. I'm not even going crazy over the fact that they put so much detail in their wardrobe, in their outfit, and just in their mobility. Like, that's just so great to me. So it's like, I could do without, the crazy accessories. But what we see here is that we're given this, and actually I think I'm supposed to put it this way, because there's a scene where Zuko kind of makes fire go out of his hands the back way, and he puts his feet like so. He puts his feet like this, and he kind of glides along. So it was so dope. He like put the fire down. He put the fire out of his hands going like that, kind of like just to boost him forward. And he placed his feet so he could just slide along as he aimed towards his enemy. And it was just spectacular. So I think it goes like that. Another accessory that we're given is this like burst of flame here, right? And this could also be used for my Human Torch. So that's just something for me to think about. But it's kind of put in place for it to kind of wrap around his hand, I believe. Yeah, kind of wrap around his arm. So then he like shoots out fire out of his hands. And I could put him in a better pose than this, but I'm just not gonna do it now. But yep, I like it. And this one is is unlike the staff. This one's pretty firm. They wanted to make sure that whatever they did with his fire, that it stayed in the position that they knew that we would want them to be in. So that's just spectacular. That's splendid. So that is what we have with Avatar, McFarlane Toys, Avatar Aang, and Fire Prince Zuko. Let me know in the comments what you all think. Did you all pick up these figures? Were you all excited to get them? If you didn't, tell me why. If you did, tell me why. Whatever your overall thoughts about them, let me know in the comments. And I actually have been picking up quite a few Avatar The Last Airbender toys. I did not like Avatar The Legend of Korra, but I am, excited for if and when they make toys for her, because that would just be cool to have, an Avatar Korra. I didn't like the show, but the toy, if McFarlane Toys made the toy with such detail as they did with them, I would definitely love to pick that up. All right, so again, let me know what you think, your overall thoughts in the comments, and as per usual, go ahead and do the wonderful things that the YouTubers tell you to do. Deuces.